Good afternoon. Happy Friday, everybody. It's October 13th. Hope you're doing well. We're going to get started with the before market close video and ticker requests. If anybody does have any ticker requests, as always, please let me know inside of Slack. If you go to Market Stocks, the channel, and then just click on the reply. If you're on mobile, you can just hover over it and just basically touch and hold, and then you can just hover over it and hit reply in thread, and then just let me know the ticker and the exchange, just like that. And I know we had a couple of new members join, so usually I go live about 30 minutes before the market close on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And then with everything going on right now, I'm in the process of doing some renos, got a couple new condos, going to be moving into a new condo as well. So try to get the updates out as much as I can. But things should start to kind of settle down here and become a little less hectic over the next few weeks. But we'll jump into the market. We'll take a look at the crypto space here at the moment. So pretty much just going sideways at the moment. No major developments. We are losing 27,000, and we could see a daily EMA 12 and 26 bear cross on Bitcoin. And we did lose, we lost the daily uptrend because we confirmed a daily downtrend here with a lower high and lower low. So once we lost key support here at 27,160, that confirmed the daily downtrend with the high, low, lower high, and lower low. So we do have support coming up here at 25,983 and then 25,000 psychological. And if we zoom out to the weekly, it means look for weekly consolidation because we confirmed a daily downtrend, and we could see an EMA 12 and 26 bear cross on the weekly time frame as well on our way to weekly oversold. So we could very well be heading down to around that 25K area, but we have key support at 24,750. If we lose that, we have a lack of support all the way down to 19,568, and in which case 20,000 psychological will come into play. But no major red flags at the moment. Keep in mind that today's the day that Grayscale, the SEC, has to respond to the Grayscale decision with regards to converting their trust into an ETF, and then we know that BlackRock and a bunch of other applicants as well will be next week, mid-October. So things could really start to pick up here if we get any kind of news of a spot Bitcoin ETF getting approved. We could even see multiple approved. So just keep an eye out. That is going to ignite the markets if we do see that happen. I think there's a good chance. So we'll take a look at the gainers and losers on the day today. So we have Cell, XDC, and QNT. I made a post in the Power Group private community as well about Quant. So from the highs here, we're now down about 63%, and we're approaching the 0.786. So we're now below and within that golden pocket of the 0.618 and the 786. So if you're looking for entries on Quant, not a bad idea. This could still continue to see more downside in my opinion. And we could be heading to weekly oversold. Weekly oversold could be a nice entry point, and then $75 psychological. We also have weekly support there at 77.51. Excuse me. So if we lose that, then we have no support all the way down to 48, so 50 psychological. So 75, 50 could be in the cards. Like I said, weekly oversold could be a nice entry to start scaling in if you're looking for long-term entries on Quant. We also have GMX, LBC, and QKC leading the decline today. Some blockchain names down here as well. The S&P 500 losing yesterday's low, so we're starting daily consolidation for the second day in a row. And this move's all coming off the low, and we haven't confirmed a daily uptrend yet. So I mentioned in my last video that we could more than likely see some downside on the S&P 500 because this move was coming off the low we ran. I think it was almost 4.5%. Yeah, a little over 4%, and we hadn't confirmed a daily uptrend. So we still needed the higher low, and we had a lack of support. So I said most likely scenarios will be consolidated over the next couple of days, and sure enough, that's exactly what happened. And we're trying to hold the EMA 12 here on this consolidation and see if we can form a lower wick and close above it here on the daily time frame. But we could see an EMA 12 and 26 bull cross on the S&P 500, which would mean that we could potentially be setting our daily higher low. And the daily higher low will be set once we confirm an hourly uptrend, which you can see here we're in an hourly downtrend with the high, low, lower high, and lower low. So we need to get back into an hourly uptrend to be confident in our daily higher low is set. So we need to see something like this with the low, the high, higher low, and higher high. So we're starting the daily bounce now. The hourly bounce, and then we need to top out, form a higher low, and then a higher high. But keep in mind, the top is more than likely going to be in once Congress bans themselves. Doesn't mean, once they ban themselves from owning stocks, it's going to be the top that day or that week, but it could be months after, could be weeks, could be, even longer than that. But we'll keep an eye out. I really do think that into the spring of 2024 is when we're really going to start to, that sell in May and go away, I think is when we're going to really start to see the market sell-off pick up. I think that there's a possibility that we set new highs, though, and see a blow-off top in the market before we start to see the bear market really take effect. And I think it's going to last a couple of years. And we can more than likely expect monthly oversold, and then probably as low as around 240 if we take a look at the .com fractal. But again, I expected us to deviate based on the trillions of dollars of artificial printing and propping up the market. And the inverse head and shoulders is saying that we could be targeting about 485 ish on this move. We came close. We hit 457. So if we take a look at the bounce, the high of the bounce to where the inverse head and shoulders target, we came within about 5.3% away. So technical analysis isn't the end all be all, but it certainly is nice to rely on sometimes whenever you're looking for direction, any certain direction. And this could be one massive cup and handle as well. And if we've seen a cup and handle play out, we just take a look at the move here from the high to the low and then move that out to the top here, and it says we could be targeting about 634. So there's definitely some bullish patterns to be watching here. And like I said, with the everything bubble that we're in right now, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a blow off top. And then, like I said, spot Bitcoin ETF would excite markets and really start to kick things into full euphoric mode. And then, like I said, I think that could be good for, and we know equities and Bitcoin tend to trade in tandem, right? So I think it'd be good. And then, like I said, Congress being banned from owning stocks. And then we could potentially see quantitative easing, and we could see them turning dovish, right? So if the Feds turn dovish and they start, relaxing interest rate hikes, so there could be one more, and then I think they're going to start cutting, right? So that would be another catalyst to ignite the markets. Also, DXY is getting interesting. So as I mentioned on the monthly time frame, we did confirm a monthly downtrend, and we had a monthly bear flag targeting 93, but we've since got above that 0.32 fib there. So that is decreasing the odds that we're seeing that monthly bear flag play out. But if we take a look at the weekly time frame here, it is a weekly bull flag as well. It's actually to perfection at the moment. So we have the low, high, higher low, and higher high, and we're in a weekly uptrend as well with the low, high, higher low, and higher high. So we confirmed that weekly uptrend back here on the week of September 4th. So when we're in a weekly uptrend and you see a weekly bull flag, that means it's a bullish continuation pattern, so you have way more weight behind it playing out, right? So the fact that this is in a weekly uptrend and we're seeing the bull flag play out to perfection, holding that 0.382 fib there at 105 on the consolidation, it's looking like this could play out. And in order to confirm the weekly bull flag, we need to break 107.34. In order to negate it, we need to lose 105.60. Sorry, 105.53, I guess, the low there. So if we lose 105.53 with follow through, then we're more than likely going to negate that. But if we keep that low and we break resistance from here at 107.34, then we take the measured move. Again, you just take the low to the high, move it out to the 0.32 fib, and we're lining up here with a previous Fibonacci level as well, and 109.90, and then 110 psychological, right? So that is the target if confirmed. If we look at the daily time frame, we are at risk of a daily downtrend though. We lost the daily uptrend, so we had higher lows and higher highs. Then once we lost 105.65, that was the loss of the daily uptrend. So now we have a potential daily downtrend forming if we see something like this with a lower high. So we got the high, the low, lower high, and lower low. What constitutes a downtrend? Lower highs and lower lows. Here's your high, here's your low, lower high, lower low, right? And then in an uptrend, it's the opposite, right? So you have your low, high, higher low compared to that low, and then your higher high compared to this high, right? So that's what constitutes an uptrend, right? Uptrend, downtrend. Seems simple, but it definitely takes some getting used to. So it's all about key support here at 105.53. If we lose that, we confirm a daily downtrend, and then at which point that's going to negate the odds of this weekly bull flag playing out. But again, if 105 holds, 105.53, and we break 107.34, then we're more than likely heading to that 109, 110 area for the weekly bull flag target. Nice move here on gold. Wow. Off of the low, now up almost 7%, 6.5%. Just 1 second here. I got a message from my Airbnb guest checking in. I guess it's a VRBO. Just 1 second here. Checking in soon, so I just want to make sure. All right, perfect. Never a dull moment. Yeah, it's a nice move here off of the lows there on gold. And if we just take a look at the head and shoulders here on the weekly time frame, I said we were more than likely targeting 1850. How did I get there? You just take your measured move from the head to the neckline. You move it out to the neckline. Oh, technical analysis. Sometimes we overshoot, undershoot, but this time we overshot. And yeah, it's that was a great opportunity to go long. Even if you just went long there, that would have saw about 4% of upside. So looking good. Silver, nice weekly move here as well, coming off of a pretty nasty pullback. And then off of the low on silver, we're up about 10%. In terms of individual tickers on the day today, we have AMC, Uber, and EDR leading the decline. On the bullish, we have EH, MBMD, and GDX. Tesla, daily consolidation mode. We did lose the daily uptrend as well. You can see here, Tesla. So you had the low, high, higher low and higher high, higher low and higher high. We are losing this low here at 250.65 and 250 psychological, but we're not. Actually, yeah, we haven't lost 250 psychological yet. We did lose that support, but this at the moment it could be a head and shoulders as well if 250 holds. So you just draw it out something like this. There's your left shoulder, your head, and if 250 holds, then we'll be scouting a potential right shoulder here, which would look something like this. Then you just, and this is a bearish reversal pattern in an uptrend. We're in an uptrend, and we could be seeing a reversal, and then that means we could be targeting about 232. So we'll be watching for that to be the potential outcome. And we're looking to get back in a weekly uptrend. We lost the weekly uptrend with this higher low, higher high pattern breaking. Once we lost 240.70, we lost the weekly uptrend. Now we're trying to get back into a weekly uptrend. So we have the low, high, higher low. If we break above 278.98, then that would confirm the weekly uptrend. And then we would zoom out to the monthly, watch for the monthly bounce to get underway. And then we're in a monthly uptrend as well with the low, high, higher low, and higher high, higher low, looking for another higher high. So no major red flags on Tesla, just much needed consolidation. In terms of Canadian MJ, so as I mentioned, Tilray had a bear flag target of about 195, and look where it's been holding. Right at 193, the low of the day today, 195. So technical analysis, anybody who tells you it doesn't work, doesn't know, it doesn't understand how to apply the tools that they were given. Or they don't understand that it's just about probabilities, not guarantees, right? So I am expecting a little bit more downside. We're coming close to daily oversold. We haven't printed it yet. So you can see here we're not quite at 30 or below. So we could be looking at daily oversold to mark the bottom. And then with the geopolitical tensions going on at the moment, SPY not exactly the strongest. And like I said, I expected, October to be a pretty down month. And then into, the end of October is where I could see us setting a local bottom. And then into November, December, we could see a nice rally in the MJ industry and the broader market. And that would be tailwinds if we get it in the broader market as well. But yeah, we have tons of catalysts, right? We have Germany, we have Florida on the ballot, we have MJ Act review here in Canada, legalization of medical potentially in the US, we have safer banking, we have rescheduling. There's never been a more exciting time to be in the MJ industry, and what better time to be adding than down 99, 80, 90% plus from February 2021 and all-time highs, right? But in terms of gainers and losers today, we have XTRX, IMCC, and HUGE. On the bullish, we have NOVC, WIB, and High Tide. MSOS, so we had a daily head and shoulders, and we came close to that 634 target, so we are now about 6% away. Just going to put that in the Power Group community as well. Gotta love how technical analysis works, right? And when it actually comes out. So MSS about 6% away from the Head and Shoulders target. But yeah, I did a video on this not too long ago. I said more than likely going to see some massive downside. We had a bunch of shorts mounting on the ETF as well, and we were definitely due for a consolidation period, right? We went all the way down from the low there at, what was it, 478, and then we ran all the way to 988. So this is an ETF as well. So when we run 106%, you need to expect, 20-30% of downside. And from the top there, we're now down 31%. So exactly what we would anticipate, right? So next time something runs 100%, 200% in a very short period of time, don't be surprised if we see 20-30% pullback. And we were heavily overbought. Now we're heading to daily oversold. We already got the EMA 12 and 26 bear cross out of the way as well. And we're approaching that golden pocket there in the 618. So it could be a nice entry here if anybody's looking for some entries. Could be a nice entry to start scaling in here. But like I said in that video, I expected $6. That's exactly what we got. And then ultimately over the next few months, I think we're going to hit about $15. We're also holding the 10-week moving average. We could see a bear cross of the MACD, again adding more confidence to the fact that we could see that 634 target be met. And then in terms of the weekly moving averages, we're holding the 50 weekly, so it's looking good. That's at 694. So we want to see a weekly candle close today over that to remain bullish. If not, then like I said, 634 definitely adding. The more confluence that we have of downside, the more we expect downside, right? And the same thing on the flip side on bullish. But 678 is the 50-day moving average, so that could also be a nice bet. That's where we're holding above right now. And then if we lose that, we have the 100 and the 200 there at 618 and 620. So again, I wouldn't be surprised if we got to that 618, 620 area. And then target that bear flag target, or sorry, head and shoulders target. In terms of USMJ today, we have on the bull list, MedMen, seeing a nice move here, but it's just kind of been chopping around, not very much liquidity or volume in this one, so easy to move the stock. CXXI and AYR leading the bull list. On the decline, we have FIT, CNVCF, and CWeb. Had a couple rental showings today, and Airbnb's been very steady. I think only 2 days this whole month that I haven't had a single person in it. Pretty much booked 95% of the time, so it's been great. I'm gonna start moving this weekend, and then all the small stuff, and then the next weekend will be all the big stuff. So again, it's going to be a little hectic and crazy here for a little while, but hopefully in the next couple of weeks we should be back to the norm. But going to end it there. Once again, happy Friday. Hope you have a great weekend ahead, and we shall talk to you in the chat room in a few minutes.